Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Ripple's top lawyer, Stuart Alderott, he's their chief legal officer, has highlighted, and this is a quote, I'll show you the full quote in the video, but SEC lawyers are still playing old games. And it's just a delight to see the SEC continuing to just get absolutely shredded by various judges in various cases. You love to see this. Now, the cool thing is that you can already see that things are changing thanks to the way that the election went down. You now have Trump in charge. And of course, now we have the first ever pro-crypto administration. And from the top on down, things are changing, including in the SEC. So like we already saw one thing, and I'll remind you in case you missed the headline as we get into the video. We already had one thing happen that you wouldn't expect to see from the SEC, except given that there's new change. But the thing is, there are still a bunch of people working there that do share that vision that Kim Jong-Ginsler and the Biden admin had. And so they're still fighting. They're still in process doing the things that they were doing before Trump took over. But not for long, my friends. Oh, not for long. In fact, crypto's coming back to the United States. Look at this headline from Cointelegraph. Andreessen Horowitz to close UK office to focus on US crypto efforts. And I will tell you this, my friends, given Trump's America First attitude, he's made it very clear that those coins that were created in the United States, they're going to be the greatest beneficiaries. And the number one coin created in the United States by market cap is XRP. Things have changed so swiftly that multiple crypto indexes are now tracking, as I've been highlighting in recent videos, I want to make sure everybody knows, they're now tracking a metric called Made in USA. And if you click on that metric, it just shows you a list of only cryptocurrencies made in the United States. And even if you're not in the United States, you should still love this because XRP is at the top of that list. And it is being treated accordingly. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so Stuart Alderott, Ripple's chief legal officer, he's had some well-deserved, celebratory posts. I mean, I'm calling them celebratory. He's kind of just saying stuff perspective, but like the fact that he can say some of the stuff that he's saying because things have changed, to me, that basically is a celebration. Like things absolutely are shifting. And so look at a few things. I'll be quick on these, but I want to make sure everybody's got a proper understanding of the things that have unfolded just over the last 4 days. Seriously, a ton has happened in the last 4 days, and pretty much all of it is fantastic, broadly for crypto, but also specifically for XRP holders. And so here's one headline several days ago. This is from Cointelegraph. Breaking, the SEC has launched a new crypto task force led by Commissioner Peirce aimed at establishing a clear regulatory framework for the cryptocurrency industry. Okay, so that's something that certainly you wouldn't have expected to happen under Kim Jong-Ginsler, but Kim Jong-Ginsler is no longer supreme leader and dictator of the SEC, so now you get this. Because elections have consequences, and consequences, they can be good or they can be bad. These are pretty damn good. And so Stuart Alderott wrote, "Thank you, Acting Chairman Uyeda, for saying it. The SEC's war on crypto created confusion about what is legal and an environment hostile to innovation and conducive to fraud. Looking forward to working with the crypto task force to undo the prior administration's damage." So, folks, that's the guy who is currently... It's in the interim, but that's the guy who is in charge of the SEC right now. He literally said that there's confusion about what is legal and an environment hostile to innovation and conducive to fraud. That's at the top of the SEC now. That you love to see. That, I mean, it proves what we've been saying as an XRP community for the last several years. Regulation by enforcement is very real. It's dying now, though. Then there was this from Stuart Alderott just 2 days ago. "So much positive news today. Hard to pick my favorite, but this one from the fact sheet accompanying the executive order strikes a chord, doesn't it? And it reads as follows. President Trump will help make the United States the center of digital financial technology innovation by halting aggressive enforcement actions and regulatory overreach that have stifled crypto innovation under previous administrations." Yep, you'll love to see it. And then there was also this one, and this was an absolutely gigantic one. This is reported by Senator Cynthia Lummis. SAB 121, so that Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, was disastrous for the banking industry and only stunted American innovation and advancement of digital assets. I am thrilled to see it repealed and get the SEC back on track to fulfilling its intended mission. So that one, I'm impressed that that happened before we have an actual SEC chair. So even just now under the acting chair, something like this happened. It was just, it's gone. And so that's SAB 121. That was preventing banks from offering crypto services, including custody. And that's now gone. And so Stuart Alderati wrote, double click on that. Now let's dismiss these baseless cases with no fraud, no victims, just a political agenda to cripple the U.S. crypto industry. They're a massive waste of government time and resources. Oh, that's absolutely true. I mean, consider that nobody was actually financially harmed in the SEC v. Ripple case, other than by what the SEC did, of course, because they crashed the price of XRP when they sued. But there's no actual victims there. There was no fraud done. Even the SEC didn't allege fraud. No victims, and all that happened all those years. It's just ridiculous. Which is why you had stuff like this a couple years ago. And this is in line. So this was a couple years ago, and now I have a brand new one for you. I just want to do this in order. But I have a brand new scolding against the SEC. But do you remember this one? Because this is still my favorite one. This is from Eleanor Turt, Fox Business journalist. This is July 14th, 2022. About a year before XRP got its legal clarity. But headline here, District Judge calls out SEC for hypocrisy in Ripple lawsuit. And let me just go down to the quote here. This is the money shot right here. Look at this. This is a quote from Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn in the SEC v. Ripple case. Just scolding, absolutely ripping the SEC asshat pricks to shreds. Why did it jump? I didn't do that. If you're looking at the screen, you can see what just happened. It just jumped. Something just jumped for no goddamn reason. Like, it's 2025. This shouldn't be happening. Don't make stuff jump. Now we have audio playing. I didn't click on play audio. Oh my God, Fox Business. What the hell? Go home, Fox. You're drunk. Oh my God. This reminds me of MySpace. Just as an aside, anybody around in like 2005, 2006 when MySpace was a thing, and you'd go to somebody's page and like you couldn't see the freaking mouse cursor because you could change the HTML code and make it like the color of the background, and then you can't even see where the hell the scroll bar is on the side, and then music just starts playing when you click on the page, and you don't even know where the hell to click to stop it. Like stuff's just happening everywhere. It's an outright mess. Oh my God, really burns my biscuits, son. That's what just happened to me. I just got MySpace on the Fox website. No thank you, sir or madam. All right, found it. Here's the quote that I was trying to read. It says as follows. The hypocrisy in arguing to the court, on the one hand, that the speech is not relevant to the market's understanding of how or whether the SEC will regulate cryptocurrency, and, on the other hand, that Hedman sought and obtained legal advice from SEC counsel in drafting a speech, suggests, the part, that the SEC is adopting its litigation positions to further its desired goals and not out of a faithful allegiance to the law. You don't say. That's exactly what was happening. They weren't operating in good faith. It was whatever they had to say to win. It wasn't about faithful allegiance to the law. And that's not something that's normally stated. Like, to scold a government agency like that is exceedingly rare. And it's not the only time that the SEC went off the rails, obviously. Under Gensler, it was just loss after loss after loss. Remember this headline? August of 2023, U.S. court says SEC wrong to deny Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF proposal. Yeah, so they got scolded there too. They were wrong, and now we have a spot Bitcoin ETF, and Ethereum and XRP is coming. Then there was this from March of 2024. U.S. judge criticizes SEC for gross abuse of power and dispute with blockchain firm. I mean, look at the language that was used here. This is from the judge. Gross abuse of the power entrusted to it by Congress. And then here's another one. Bad faith. Deliberately perpetuating falsehoods. They were trying, and by the way, what was that in reference to? In its efforts to obtain an asset freeze and a temporary restraining order against the company. They were trying to put the company out of business, but to get a temporary restraining order and to freeze their assets so they couldn't do business. And it was based on literal lies. Literal lies. Which brings us to the brand new one today in the Kraken case, because everybody's getting a lawsuit. At least that's how it was under Gensler. So here's what Stuart Alderati shared. Some SEC lawyers are still playing old games, earning yet another admonishment from a federal judge today. This time in the Kraken case. This conduct must end swiftly or risk undermining the efforts of the SEC Crypto 2.0. Okay, so like I said, there's been some good things in recent days, but there's also ongoing lawsuits. And so the people pushing forward with those, they haven't changed. Like they have not steered on, not on a new course. They're on the same old course that they were on under Gensler. And that's very obvious. That's got to change. So highlighting this, and I do believe that it most certainly will, but it's still happening. This is a remnant from the Biden admin, from Gensler. And so look at this. This is what this is what the judge wrote. This is real life. The SEC refers to these assets as the Kraken traded securities. As I made clear in my previous order, I will not entertain any theory of liability wherein the SEC asks this court to treat the crypto assets themselves as though they are securities. I am considering the theory that those crypto assets, once sold, traded, exchanged on the Kraken trading platform, are investment contracts that form the basis for securities. I will warn the SEC once more to be careful of this distinction. That judge ain't having it. And that's the argument they were making in the Ripple lawsuit. The SEC was arguing that XRP itself was a security. That's absolutely what they were doing. It's the embodiment theory. That's what it was known as. Ripple's doing these things that embodied XRP embodied all the efforts of Ripple. And so as a result, it's effectively the same. That's what they were arguing. A novel legal theory that didn't fly. It absolutely did not fly. And they're still trying it here in the Kraken case. And the judge is like, no, knock it the hell off. Just knock it off. And then we have this, Andreessen Horowitz to close UK office to focus on US crypto efforts. And so reads as follows. Venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz will be pulling back its operations in the UK in response to US President Donald Trump's strong policy momentum on crypto. And in January 24th X post, Anthony Albanese, chief operating officer of Andreessen Horowitz's crypto arm, said the firm had been encouraged by enthusiasm for crypto building and adoption in the UK, but still planned to close its office. According to Albanese, the venture capital company intended to focus its efforts on the US market based on Trump's actions during his first week in office. Folks, all we needed was a pro-crypto government in the United States. That's it. But the Democrats weren't allowing that. Now they're gone, and Trump is allowing it. Thank God he did a 180 on this because he was anti-crypto in his first admin too. But not as bad as Biden, obviously. It was way worse under Biden and Gensler. But he did a 180 and he kept his word. He's consistently kept it, certainly to this point anyway. And so there you go. They're coming back to the United States just based on the approach that Donald Trump has made it very clear he's taking here. That's cool as hell. And all of this is excellent for XRP. You'll love to see it, especially after the 4 years of crap we've been through as an XRP community. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.